Hello, I'm Stephen Redding. We want to speak briefly on seeing, how it is that we can come to see these other worlds of which we've spoken about and other realities, and how they can come to see us. I think it's very important that along with simplifying our lives, that we also find spaces in the world around us that are very soothing and relaxing, and that we allow ourselves predictable times during our day or week to be there. And then let's look for the subtle clues, because seldomly will you see a full-blown visualization of another form from another world. At first, I think your mind and your comfort level will be tested by seeing essence. And there's two basic types of essence which I want to speak about at this moment. And one is what I call curly whirlies, or that sense of this sketchy kind of form that you will typically see off to the side of yourself or side of your eyes. Or in the twilight or dawn of the day, you might see it in the distance. In some respects, it might not be so different from what we refer to as floaters, which is that little congealing substance in our eyes. But the point is that something is there, and we need to remain very calm. Look gently. Listen, but do not hear. In other words, and see without looking. In other words, try to be very passive and relaxed. And maybe at those moments it actually helps to partially close your eyes. But when a presence or a being is knocking on your door, you will pick it up in the movement of a tree, the sound of the chimes where there is no breeze. Flowing water will take on a new sound. Something will tell you that something is just a little bit unusual. And now I walk to this garden who's got its name from Deer Island, because over the many years that we've been here, I have picked up many highway kills and brought them to this walled island called Deer Island, for there's many, many skeletons and bodies of one-time deer that were buried here. For whatever reason, this particular garden is one of the most frequent spots of this essence that comes in the form of what I refer to as a tap screw. Tap screws imply a radiant type of light, often on the ground, sometimes in the trees, and suspended above the ground. For me, that represents the spirit or the essence of some form of life that is coming to say hello or looking into this world. And I think tap screws and curly whirlies can break the design of one world and another much more easily than a full-fledged form. The important thing is that when we allow ourselves to see the unusual, be open to it, because it really helps to bring us back to the integrity and the integration of the different worlds to which we belong and in which we accompany ours. The fences of cognition will start to break down, and it can be a little bit frightful at first, but it is well worth it. Because ultimately, what we really want to do is to share in and have available to us the full embrace of every life form that we can possibly belong with. Sometimes I get so involved in this stuff that I see myself as being part of this wonderful vegetative realm of trees. And I gain great joy. Some people call it my vocation, but friends, it's also my avocation. And it speaks to the value of living life for life's sake, being happy for the sake of being happy, and not needing so much stuff that we diminish from the integrity of who we are. But if we live this life well, together, we will lift the obscuring mist of the bottom line conscious of today, and we will open a new dawn into a most wonderful time. It's well worth it. Let's do it together. Thank you. StephenRedding.com.